the hypnosis of mind, how it works.
So, really, better than speaking about it is for us to observe. So, wait for your thought to come. Wait for your thoughts to come, even if it takes few minutes. The thing with this experiment is, the more you become open to thoughts, the more they retreat. So as they come, you notice that they have two sort of magnetism. A dual pronged magnetism. One is the attractive nature of some thoughts to your attention. Some are just you can't even tell what they're saying. Yeah, like that. So very meek and thoughts which are not really attractive to our attention. Then the thoughts that you're able to decode, like the message my mind is saying, my mind is saying. Like you were saying the other day, my mind is asking so many questions. You see? So that means that at least they have that much magnetism that they get your attention. Okay? Most spiritual sadhana is about trying to break up that chain of attention to what the thought is saying. I don't follow that process at all. I'm like, okay, let it get your attention. You see? Then, based on the theme and the topic of the thought, it also has a gravitational pull or a magnetic pull to your belief. Okay? Most have never noticed this capacity within consciousness. Okay? Most feel like giving attention itself is to give belief. But it is not true. Like consciousness has a varied set of capacity. It has light, it has sound, it has all these things which are beyond light and sound. You see, it has emotion, it has imagination, memory, all of these things it has. You see? So when it plays with thought, it has the power to give attention, therefore then thought can be perceived. Although you may be confused about whether it is sight or taste or hearing or what, in what way it is perceived. And also it has the capacity to give it belief or to not give it belief. You see? So it is the second capacity which here I feel dropped away, and therefore I can lead in that way with authority. So that capacity to take the representations of reality which are coming from the head, to not take them to be real because I see that my seeing is much more clear, is to drop the belief. That is why insight is very helpful as a discarding of belief from thought. Because the thought is proposing you to be what? It's proposing you are Anup, there's Anup there. Anup means a sort of khichdi of the body and the mind and belief system, and all of that is Anup. No thought really even says you are just this body. No? The thought itself will say you need mental peace, which is not about the body. The thought itself will say my mind is too active. You see? So it is proposing an existence of a limited being, which is like a crazy soup of the body, the mind, the emotions, the relationships, the ownership of what you have, your bank account, your job. All of this is one strange soup, which it is referring to as you. So when you ask the question, if the question takes hold, who am I? Not looking. I am not this body. I am aware of the body. It is not aware of me. Okay? I am not my thoughts. I am aware of my thoughts. They are not aware of me. When you start looking at this way, then you notice that there comes a limit to what you can conceptualize and perceive. You reach a limit of what you can conceptualize and perceive. So that is the end of the seeming process of niti niti. Not this, not this, not this, not this. Okay? But it is, and although most may think you come to a blank, or it doesn't lead anywhere after that, you see, they are just talking about what's happening in the head. But what you recognize still is that you are witnessing all of this, and that it is you It is known only intuitively. It cannot be known here. Are you with me? I've gone too fast. Is it? Tell me where I lost you.
Until you said the
Yeah.
mind says, okay, this is it, I cannot go any further.
Yeah.
After that, I'm not able to.
Yes. Do you exist right now?
Yes.
If the thought said no, would you not know that you existed?
I didn't analyze it. I mean, it's just,
Didn't even have to analyze it.
yeah.
Is it? So, this knowledge is not based on a thought, it's not based on mental or conceptual knowledge. Is it? Now, that which exists, show me its boundary. Either show me its boundary or its starting point. Any will do.
It's just there.
Where? Yes, but this here is not this room.
With me.
Huh?
It's with me.
Yes. But where is it? When you say here, you're absolutely right. But when the mind's version of that here is a box location within this room, and that box is the body.
Yes.
But that is not your experience. Your experience of that here-ness, in that experience of that beingness, here-ness, are contained the sensations of the body. It is not the body that contains the beingness or the here-ness. In that very here-ness, you see, you experience the sensation of the body. In fact, your attention can only navigate within your beingness. Okay? Attention is not something that you can send out of yourself. See? Therefore, all that you are perceiving, you may not be able to comment on its reality, but you have to admit that you only experience it within yourself. That's a great first step. You may not be able to say whether it is there outside of you or not, whatever that boundary may be. But at least you have to admit that whatever my experience is only experience within myself. Isn't it? So when we say here, all our perception about here is contained within us. But that here itself proposes no boundary. You don't try to squeeze what I'm saying into the head. No? I don't understand this. I know. You're not meant to. You're not meant to. And if you do understand it, it'll become part of your spiritual encyclopedia. It won't help you anyway. There's no point. I'm just showing you something where I'm just saying that which you can confirm the here-ness of, you cannot find a boundary to. That's all I'm saying. Okay? So, if you were to take that a step further, I can tell you that which you can confirm is here but does not have any qualities, objective qualities, that is not in this universe. How can it be in the universe? Everything that is in the universe has at least one quality, isn't it? Like if I say, okay, this cup, where is its location? Is it? So somebody can say on longitude this, latitude this, there is a house, in that house there is a room, and we can plot this in the entirety. You can go to the edge of the universe and somebody can plot its distance from there to this. Yes. Now, how to plot the distance from that to your being? Because if your Atma lives in this universe, then it must have a location. The boundless, the pure presence is called pure presence because it's empty of attributes. It's empty of all attributes except the being present itself. That's why it may be called the primordial vibration. Can you place the location of this primordial vibration? And we make so many implications about things in our head. Like, oh, she said this to me, therefore this is what she said. But then that means you make so many implications of this, uh, like things in the world. But can you realize the implication of this? That you cannot locate yourself. The implication of that is that you are not contained in this universe. Because everything that is contained in this universe can be found objectively. Every atom, every molecule in this universe can be found objectively. You can't, your being can't. Yeah. So, only in your heart can you find this to be true. Because in your mind proposal, all this is okay, poetic,